calling people selfish. See, you complain that nobody will help you when you need help. Or you have people who actually help you. When you don't get pushed to the point of suicide, well, that's good, isn't it? That you're not suicidal? What would it take to push you to being suicidal? I know it pushes people to commit suicide. I know from experience what pushes people to commit suicide. Neglect. All the abuse in the world makes no difference at all. It can be stopped. Something can be done about it. Women expect you to drop everything that you're doing right when they want it. But then when you need help, they play stupid. They don't know how. They don't know how. They don't know how. Really? You're full of shit. Every woman I know has taken part in gang stalking a man. There is not a woman that I have met in my lifetime that has not. Statistically. You don't like me saying that? Looking the other way. That helps the predator every single time. When you look the other way or make excuses, you want to be negative because something didn't go right in your life and you reach out for help, and that's okay. But if a man is going through extreme quantities of hell, you do what? You tell him pretty words? You tell him all of the shit that you will fucking get pissed off and ballistic on somebody for saying to you? Oh, sure, there's some of you that are fucking simps. Yeah, that's right, women can be simps too. I ain't sexist with my name calling. I call men cunts. I call women cunts. There's a lot of people that should have just left me the fuck alone and minded their fucking business. You tell me to mind my business, mind my business. I'm being abused by a bunch of people that didn't mind their business. A bunch of people that didn't bother with looking at both sides. A bunch of people who blew off Sean David Schwartz. A bunch of people who didn't care how much harm Sean David Schwartz went through. At least I told the truth. A lot of my friends became my predators because they're friends with my predators. Todd Ryan Case, friends with Natalie's Chimo dad, Ted Bollinger. Claims his sister is related to the Kelly family. Claimed he reached out to the family. The family did need to be reached out to through the police. All of the interactions between myself and these people should have been fucking monitored. All they have to do is call me mentally ill and they win. All they have to do is threaten me and assault me and play fucking head games until I have a mental fucking breakdown. Not because of the shit they're pulling, but because of the shit that you're doing as friends. See, here's what triggers a man to commit suicide. Yeah, treat him like he's a shitty person for asking for help. Stuff him full of all of your crap. You tell him, hey, if you ever need anything, let me know. They let you know and you blow them off. You tell them they just need to take care of it themselves. They just need to man up. You're too busy. You're too busy. See, if you're friends with somebody, you want to see them. You want them to be safe. You want them to do good in their life. That's what I wanted for these people. What they wanted for me was for me to suffer because they were too cowardly to stand up to their fair weather friends. Shea Burton is tiny and cute. See, that's one of the things down there on Pearl Street. You get to hear everybody's opinion of these little bitches. You get to hear the women's opinions of who's attractive and who ain't. You get to hear the men's opinions of who's attractive and who ain't. You get to learn that women actually do get horny. Some women get horny a lot. Some women get horny and just complain all the fucking time that they're fucking horny. And then when a dude bites, like, oh, you fucking sick pervert. Bitch, you've been trolling for dick for 3 weeks. Now, the ones that you treat like a pervert and the ones that you throw your vagina at unabashedly, we can see it's the looks. Now you say, first you don't succeed, try and try again. Guess how many women I asked out more than once? None. Ask Jessica Martindale how many times I asked her out. Once. Jessica Martindale was supposedly my friend. They were supposedly going to help me. Her sister, Justine Marks, was going to help me fill out the developmental disability paperwork because Brenda Dickinson was too fucked up. I needed help with that paperwork, and Brenda Dickinson couldn't do it because she was too fucked up. Now, did she admit that she was too fucked up to you guys? Did she admit that she was too fucked up in court? Did she show up to court like she said she would? Did she try to find out what was going on? No, she didn't. I introduced her to Desiree Leonard. Brenda Dickinson, after Natalie disappeared, stopped caring. She started doing what most of you do. Oh, I'm sorry that happened to you. Before Brenda Dickinson retired, she worked through Sand Hills Crisis Intervention Program. I went to her about abuse, and we jumped through housing hoops. I got the housing, but I had no friends. I had no social stimuli. And severe fucking back pain. Oh my God. All I'm trying to do is prove that I'm being abused over fucking lies. I didn't fucking rape anybody. I didn't molest anybody. I didn't fucking kill anybody. I threatened to kill my predators back. And I admit that. I had to do that. Had to. Because friends like Shea Burton. Friends like Brenda Dickinson. Friends like Laura Nelson. People were hurting me. I didn't want to say outright why. I didn't want to add to spreading the rumors. I wasn't able to do all this shit electronically. I had to go to people for help. Y'all have no idea how much it sucks when people say they can help you with stuff and you get there and they're too fucking drunk or they're digging through their own fucking feces for meth. How many of these women, how many of them want to play victim? Tell me they're going to call the cops on me. See, they get to call the cops. They get to play that sympathy. They get to play victim. They get to. A man does not get that luxury. I'm trying to get help turning in evidence, and I'm having to deal with people who are fucking completely batshit fucking bonkers. The people who are involved wanted to hide like fucking cowards. That's their choice, not mine. Just because I've been prevented from showing this evidence in court doesn't mean I haven't been showing it all along, but you guys are listening to web sleuth groups that fucking slander my name. You guys take a look at who I was before all this shit happened and who I have had to be afterwards. No matter what, thousands of excuses from these pieces of shit claiming to be my friends. Thousands of excuses. Any excuse will do, no matter how fucking dumb it is. When somebody is going through something like this, when they're going through treatment and therapy, they need a friend or family member who fucking cares. Otherwise, your money's going right down the tubes. That's your taxpayer dollars, folks. These are the people that I was repeatedly sent to turn in the crimes against me and get a fucking advocate so I could safely turn this shit in. I never had an advocate, and to this day don't. Now this lady, I gotta post up the recordings that show her illnesses, both physical and mental, show that she did speak about those things. She did let me know ahead of time. She did inform me. When she was going to miss an appointment, she let me know. She rescheduled a lot. But you know what? At least she rescheduled. At least she let me know instead of, well, what did that lady in Washington State do? Claim that if I call her, she'll answer. Claim that if I send her the evidence, she'll look at it. All she wanted to do was make a fake Sean Schwartz fucking account. And then what? Like, here's how it worked out. She understood that ignoring me the way that my friends did when I came to them for help, they fucking ignored me. They looked the other way. For me to ask them to leave because they're not my friends is not wrong of me to do. But how many of these women wanted to throw fucking tantrums? One of them tried to, well, three of them tried to pull the whole, he's a pedophile thing. Really? Really? Women don't make false accusations. One of them, first thing I did, as soon as she started pulling that he's a pedophile shit, I posted up about it and I asked the question, is she a pedophile? It's a good question. And then she wants to sue me for defamation of character after she's literally accused me of being a pedophile. Called me a pedophile. Well, I want to know, since you're claiming that I'm a pedophile, I must have done something to you, but you admit that we've never met. You look my name up on the Nebraska Sex Offender Registry. You do not see my face. Do you know why? Because it's not there. Because in my entire life, nobody has ever accused me of molesting them. My predators all accuse me of molesting someone else. Invisible victims. This lady who was pretending like she was going to help me but literally ignored me for the last 6 years. And then, of course, she wants to get on and accuse me of being a pedophile. Well, who are you accusing me of doing that to? You're helping pedophiles get away. You pretended like you were going to help me. I'll help you any way I can, really. Look at evidence and help me turn it in. Now with this lady, the one most complicated thing is she didn't want to look at evidence. How can you speak for me if you don't know what you're saying? If there's a video of a situation and you start talking about the situation and the person that you're talking to has seen the video, if you start saying things that aren't in the video, they're going to know that you didn't see it. And then they're going to go back to the, oh, Sean's just mentally ill and manipulating, right? All humans manipulate. Look at how much manipulation Natalie Marie Bollinger did. How much gaslighting she did because she did something wrong and she didn't want to get in trouble. Look at after her death, all of these predators and her friends and her family come at me. And you guys fucking punish me for defending myself against this. It's not just the words, it's the harm that people commit over those words. It wasn't my predators that pushed me to suicide. It was the people I went to for help. People like Shauna Sinclair. People like Shea Burton. People like Joshua Hebert. I go to them because I'm being harmed. And they talk down to me like I'm a dog, like I'm a piece of shit for saying anything. I'm a piece of shit for saying anything when I'm abused. Police hate us. The whole country hates us. The news hates us. You can see this every day. Police have complete and utter disdain for us. If a crime is committed against us, they will do everything in their power not to do a fucking thing. There's lots of people at the very beginning that claim that they would come forward. People like Brandon Ratner, people like Brenda Dickinson. They never did. Instead, they pushed me to commit suicide. The lady up here who was going to try to be my advocate, her brother was shot by police in Texas. So she's got a lot of her own trauma, and I have to stop often because of her own trauma. She stops me often to ask me questions that are completely off topic for that portion of the story. So then she gets confused, and she gets confused easily. She's got a growth in her brain. And it's given her issues. It makes it difficult for her to communicate cognitively or to understand it all, which is compounded by the fact that she can't stop the curiosity thing. See, here's the thing. If you watch a movie, there's only one thing that happens. It's point A to point Z. Opening credits to ending credits. Linear. It's a timeline. My predators had to jump all over the timeline. Oh, well, look, we pushed him to do this in January of 2018. So, because we pushed him to do this in January 2018 after over a year of abuse, we must not have abused him. He's obviously crazy. Here's the thing, is that the lady who was going to be my advocate, the things I was afraid she was going to do, and the things that I did voice to her. Of course, she wanted to talk over me. I never get to finish. I mean, there's a fucking shit ton of stuff that it takes to fucking move somewhere new and get established. And the fact that I'm not safe here means this is not a safe place for me to establish myself. I only did so because I was promised an advocate. She promised me she wouldn't abandon me. See, that's the thing. I have to deal with a lot of people. Yes, they have their own problems. Do the police say that the reason these people did these things is because they have their own problems? No, they say I didn't try. But these people want to talk over me like I'm a fucking retard. So you can see the difference between how I'm treated when I try to get help and how others are treated when they try to get help, especially women. If a woman asks you for help because she's being abused, you will drop everything immediately. You don't care if she's making it up. You don't fucking give a shit. You'll help her destroy a man's life because she has a vagina. You don't think that you should be held accountable for your decisions. When all these women, before Natalie was killed, wanted to give me empty promises. If I do this, if I do that, if I jump through these hoops, if I jump through those hoops. If I get disability. And then these people who had me jump through these hoops instead of helping me to turn in the abuse. These people who, instead of looking at the fucking harassment on the internet, listening to the fucking abuse that I've had to go through in real life because I didn't have the ability to fucking record it. Look at how hard I tried before Natalie died, coordinating with Darren O'Connor to get that fucking body cam footage. I can't function because of abuse. And all of these people take advantage of that. See, and that lady just wanted to argue, and that's what it is, okay? Let's say you're watching Star Wars, right? You're watching The Phantom Menace, and the person that you're trying to watch The Phantom Menace with, right? You've watched it. You know what's happening. So they want to ask you a bunch of questions about what happens later on in the movie. And you're busy telling them about everything that happens later on in the movie, so they're missing the entire movie. And then at the end, they say, dude, I don't understand. Well, you didn't watch the fucking movie. AKA, you didn't look at the evidence. You didn't listen to the victim. I believe you, I believe you, I believe you. Well, then help me to turn it in. Almost a month with this advocate lady is gonna, but she goes out of her way not to do it the way that it needs to be done. I've already been through all of these steps. I was blown off because I had to go in alone. The point is that I have been trying and being denied because I have to go in alone. Instead of actual facts, I have to deal with people's assumptions. I have to deal with people's bias and fucking hatred. And the way my friends treat me when I'm fucking abused, you know what the abuse does? Make me want to kill myself. But the neglect is what pushes me to it. People that I went to for help, wanting to play victim and try to have me harmed for telling the truth. Trying to go to my predators and make sure that I don't have any rights. Make sure that I am fucking victimized without anything close to an honest day in court. The reason I am so easy to victimize is because nobody cares. And when they realize that, they do it again and again and again and again. What I needed was for somebody to actually care. Nobody does. Nobody actually loves me. Nobody has any respect for me. They show that when they refuse to listen and refuse to look, and we have to do it their way. Meanwhile, no matter how many times I explain to them, hey, it's different for a man. I get to hear about how women are raped. You know what? This is worse than rape. Many women have told me that what I am going through is worse than rape. There are women who are abused by my predators who haven't gone through 1/1000th of this, who've said that it's worse than rape. Having to go in to turn in your predators when you have to do it alone, especially as a homeless male. That's worse than being raped. You have to be afraid to turn in your predators because the police will be predatory towards you. They will treat you like you're a bad person for trying to turn in your predators. They don't want to do their jobs. Sometimes they talk nice, sometimes they bully. Financially, the hole I'm stuck in now is worse because I accepted her help. Food-wise, I'm set though. When somebody comes to you because they've been abused to the point that they're suicidal and all you want to do is pawn them off to a crisis line, you know what all of these places you pawn us off onto do? Pawn us off onto other places, or tell us we need to go to friends and family. Please help end my pain. I've been posting up evidence for 6 years. I've been posting up about the abuse that I'm taking and why. Natalie didn't choose for these people to hurt me over her lies, not at the beginning. What she chose is to play victim when I asked for help stopping it. I'm not asking. Those who I went to for help treated me horribly for doing so. Those who I went to for help before Natalie was killed threatened me, assaulted me, told me to go fucking kill myself. People telling me they're gonna kill my friends and family. Leave her alone. I was leaving her alone. You guys get to look at that. I was leaving her alone. Let's take the situation of June 29th of 2017. June 29th. That's when Brenda Dickinson told me that I should go to Veronica Bruce. She's somebody I knew in my youth. Big ass pothead. But other than that, she had no self-esteem. None whatsoever. I remember on more than one occasion where her and her female friends would do all sorts of fucked up shit to a dude that she was mad at. She's still proud of herself to this day for getting on Sid Burke's vehicle, squatting down and pissing on it. How many women every year get away with committing property damage because, oh, you don't want to get involved in a domestic problem? If a woman plays victim, you will destroy a man's life for her. Here's the thing. These people don't like that I told the truth. That's fine. I gotta go in and take pictures of all the messages between me and Shea Burton. Post them up on the internet.